Shares of JetBlue skyrocketing on the back of its earnings here. The company sharing new goals to help the airline return to profitability in the next few years. JetBlue making it clear that it's looking to reinvest in its product offerings and loyalty perks in hopes of attracting leisure customers. Here to weigh in, let's bring in Scott Keys, Going founder and chief flight expert here. Great to have you here with us on the program. First and foremost, Scott, do you think that these investments are going to work? Is it going to change the perception that consumers have around JetBlue right now?
Yeah, look, I think JetBlue still has a really strong brand. They've just had a tough financial headwind market over the past few years. Obviously, they've switched out to a new CEO, brought back Marty St. George. So I think there's a lot of reason for optimism in the JetBlue world, but they are facing fierce competition in Boston and especially New York from Delta, long considered to be the aviation leader in the U.S. So I wouldn't bet the bank on it, but I'm cautiously optimistic we'll see better times ahead for JetBlue.
You know, that considered, it had been long considered and thought of as one of the low-cost carriers, or at least within that group. And, following an acquisition that did not go through, it's kind of finding its identity once again and perhaps trying to reposition its identity. Do you think it could get into a place within the broader industry, maybe not being one of the high cost or high value carriers, but perhaps at least being an alternative to some of those high cost, high value carriers? And what would they need to do to successfully pull that off? Is it leaning into some of the rewards and the loyalty perks?
I think the fact that the Spirit merger ended up being blocked by the Biden administration is a blessing in disguise for JetBlue. Analysts largely looked at this merger as one that JetBlue's attempt to purchase planes and pilots. Remember, just 2 years ago, we were facing a severe pilot shortage, airlines not able to get nearly enough aircraft as they wanted to be able to fly. Today, that is not the case. The pilot shortage is largely over. Airlines have plenty of capacity, and you're facing other sorts of headwinds, including tighter financial conditions, much more difficulty trying to supply the sorts of premium experiences that travelers are expecting nowadays. So I think the fact that the Spirit merger didn't happen will ultimately be to JetBlue's benefit. Now, what I think they need to be capturing here again is that demand for premium services. And I think they're well suited to do so. Not only do they have good leg room, TVs on most seats, good onboard service, but obviously the Mint business class is considered to be one of the best, if not the best, among U.S. airlines. So if they can start to really right-size the operations, make sure their route network is looking good, I think there's going to be a lot of reason for optimism with JetBlue.
Right, and who even needs the TVs and the headset backs if people are, we'll say, abstaining from entertainment in this increasing trend? We won't call it what it is, or at least the social media name of it. But
my lips
anyway,
are sealed.
Exactly.